Down with me, you down with me, down with me. I got a crowd wrapping round the whole town for me. They mama proud, got a thou in the balcony. Nah, I don't hear no clown talking foul on me.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of What Are the Odds podcast. I'm your host, JMX, my co-host, Ryan. We got a lot to get into today. Definitely a lot of heartbreak, a lot of celebrating, a lot of heartbreak, and more heartbreak, and even more heartbreak. But long day. But before we get into everything, man, Ryan, how you doing, man?
I'm doing amazing right now. Steelers beat the Commanders barely. I live near a bunch of Commanders fans, so I can't hear nothing for the rest of the week about from no Commanders fans because that's all I was hearing this entire week was how the Commanders were about to spank us and blah blah blah. So now I can just go upon my day peacefully until we play Baltimore this weekend, because there's half Commanders fans and half Baltimore fans. But anyway, how about yourself? I bet you're having a great day.
I mean, other than what happened this morning, I'll say this afternoon, I had a pretty good day. Got to do interviews at NRG. Good little day, I guess, for the half part. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the game today. We had a lot of good ones. This was a good Sunday. Probably one of the probably I'll say what the second best Sunday all year. I mean, this was a lot of good games. Let's start off with a game in London. The Giants and the Panthers travel to London, take on each other. Um, both teams were 2-7 entering this game, I think, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, both teams 2-7 entering this game. Panthers ended up winning 20-17. They go to 3-7. The Giants dropped to 2-8. Me and Ryan kind of both said that if the Giants found a way to lose this game, it was not going to be looking pretty good for them. Bryce Young looked well. Nothing insane, but he did enough. 15 for 25, a buck 26, touchdown. Chuba, they got something in Chuba Hubbard, man. I mean, he's been balling. 28 carries, a buck 53, a touchdown. Um, my main takeaway from this game really is the Giants just lost it. Like, I mean, I don't. Tyrone Tracy had a really good game, 18 carries, buck 3, but the fumble really hurt them. Daniel Jones didn't really help them out too much in this game as well with the 2 picks. I mean, it's tough. I mean, Gano missed a field goal as well, but I mean, it's that probably would have been the difference maker there. But I mean, it definitely hurt. Like Tyrone Tracy fumbling when he did, where he did, it definitely. I mean, he's been playing so well, man. You just tough to see that happen to him.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not watch any of this game besides the overtime. And right when I turned it on, bro fumbled the ball, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna turn this off. Um, I did. I was looking it up. Do you know when the last time the Panthers have won back-to-back games?
Was it Cam's last year as a starter?
No. It wasn't that far back.
The Teddy year?
It was, if you want to consider that in week 12 and 14, because they had a bye week 13. In 2022, they won back to back. But if you don't want to consider that, in 2021, week 1, 2, and 3, they won 3 in a row. So let's just say what, like CMC was still on the team. Sam Darnold was the starting quarterback. It's like,
That's crazy.
it's very crazy. But yeah, I didn't really watch a lot of it. All I saw was that fumble, and then I was like, yeah, I'm done watching this. But yeah,
It was over by the end. But yeah, we can go on to the next one. Shout out to the Panthers, they got the win. Shout out to Bryce, man. Um, Next game, let's get into it. The Patriots travel to Chicago to take on the Bears. Me and Ryan both picked the Bears in this game. Patriots win 19-3. I mean, Caleb got sacked 9 times. 16 for 30, a buck 20. I mean, look, I'll say this. The shout out to Drake May had a pretty decent game. But my main thing with this one was just, I mean, people are getting on Caleb saying he didn't play well. He didn't play well, but I think it's a lot of factors that kind of go into it. I mean, when you really look, like, how is a quarterback supposed to develop when he's getting sacked 10 times a game? Like you're stunning his development. Like it's not too much he can really. Like, what can you develop when every time you go watch film, oh well, this happened because the protection is bad. I had to do this because the protection is bad. Like, how many clean pocket plays he's gonna have, and he doesn't really have too many. And the ones he did have, he's bad on them because he hasn't developed in that area yet. So, I mean, moving forward, the Bears I think have the toughest schedule in the league. This loss did not help. I mean, I don't know where you kind of go from here. Green Bay, Minnesota, Detroit, 49ers, Minnesota, Detroit, Seahawks, Packers. They might really lose out and finish the year 4-13. We being completely honest. I don't know if they can win a game. Maybe one of the Vikings games they can steal, maybe. But I mean, like, it's rough.
Yeah, my biggest takeaway from this is that I'm never picking the Bears to win a game ever again. Every time that we ever pick them, they always lose, and it's like I agree with you. It's not really Caleb's fault when the offensive line is not good at all, and it's not even like they played a great team today either. And they're also at home, you know.
They played a bad team, man.
Yeah, and it's like you had said it last episode about DJ Moore, and you can just tell he does not fuck with that man like whatsoever. And obviously, I'm not in the locker room to even know that, so I'm not really gonna say anything like that. But like, they're just not on the same page whatsoever, you know. Like,
He doesn't like Caleb. He does not. He was a Justin Fields guy,
mm,
and I didn't think it would be like this, but he obviously has a problem with Caleb Williams. You can't build a connection with a guy if you guys don't like each other. That's just what it is.
I just wonder how much of it is coaching, and how much of it is the media twisting DJ
Oh,
Moore into not liking Caleb. Because I don't think he probably like again we're not in the locker room to really know if he likes him or not, you know.
yeah. I mean, the coaching isn't great at all. I mean, but when people want to get on Eberflus, his job. I mean, yeah, he's the head coach, but in terms of calling the defense I feel like is doing a damn good job. I mean, it's only so much you can kind of put on Matt. It's so much you can only put on him. He's not the best head coach, but I mean, in terms of what his role was for this season, I mean, how you want him to fix the offensive line?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that just the head coach. I'm saying coaching in general. Like I just think that
Yeah,
like yeah, it could just a coach in general. And I agree with you. The offensive line is terrible.
I ain't talking about you. No, no, I'm
Yeah,
not
no,
talking about you. I'm just saying,
I know.
yeah, yeah.
But
I'm just saying like what I'm seeing,
you
man.
got it.
Everybody's blaming Eberflus, and I'm like, I think it's more than just Eberflus.
Yeah, no, it's again realistically like football obviously is like everybody. It's all 52 minutes, uh, coaching staff. It's everything. But like I do kind of again I'm not worried about Caleb. I think he's like there's definitely plays where you can see the talent and like why they drafted him number one overall. But like maybe it's just like the media that hyped it up and like us that hype not us just us too, but like uh the sports media of like TikTok and Twitter and all that was saying this is the best situation any rookie quarterback has ever came into. A great defense, three number one receivers, DeAndre Swift,
Stupid.
and it's like I'm not saying it's a bad situation for him to go into, but it's like just like we were talking about. I don't know how many episodes ago, but when we were talking about who you would build through, if you could have one player to build through, and you picked PS2, which is a great choice, and I picked Penei Sewell, because it's like you
It's a
have to
great
build.
choice.
Yeah, you have to build through the trenches. You have to build that offensive line. It's like, and this is a great example why. Like Keenan Allen was wide receiver one on the Chargers last year, and damn near literally his whole career. DJ Moore was number one receiver everywhere. He's basically gone as well. And Romo Dunze was drafted top 10, and he was projected to even be a number one guy wherever he went too. So it's like
But no line means you don't got
yeah,
time to get the ball.
yeah. So it's like people blaming Caleb. Like he's not making the best of decisions. Sometimes his decision making is kind of dumb, but like it just like there's so much the man can do. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like you got to kind of ask yourself, would you rather build with a stacked wide receiver core or in a battle line? Or, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just because you can kind of compare to what Bo has and the Caleb has, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like one has no receivers but a really good offensive line. The other has all the receivers but a good offensive line. And who would you say has a better situation out of those two?
I would say the overall situation, it really might be
Oh no, I'm saying in terms of the offensive side of the ball, not the team,
oh
offensive side of the ball.
just purely the offense. I mean, realistically, I'd
Yeah,
probably go with Bo just because I think the offensive line is significantly better than the Bears. And receivers, I'm not saying they just grow on trees, but like I feel like a solid receiver is a lot easier to get, like especially in, like free agency or like drafting or something like that, or just developing them compared to like great offensive line. You know, like it takes teams years and years and years to get a great offensive lineman, and it's like the Steelers been trying to do that shit for forever.
a
You know,
decade.
yeah, and it's like, I mean, we've had great receiver after great receiver, and it's like, yeah, like we've won games and all that, but also I think that has a lot to do with coaching, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a tough question because obviously, like the big names of these three, and and we keep forgetting Cole Kmet. I mean, he's a
Cole
great tight
Kmet,
end.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's
And they
like,
got a good backup running back too, Roshan.
mm-hmm.
I
It's
mean,
I don't know.
I just think it depends on how you look at it. I definitely think line is more important though, to a point. Like I feel like you can kind of you have a bad. I mean, but their offensive line is abysmal though. Like it's not just bad. It's like it's abysmal. Like it's one of the worst it's probably the worst and one of the worst in the league for sure. Them in Seattle's, but I mean, yeah, yeah, the
But
Bears stink.
yeah,
Go ahead.
but if you would have asked me before the season,
You would have said Caleb.
yeah, exactly. Like I feel like people overlook offensive line so easily, where it's like that's arguably the most important group in on football. Besides like a great quarterback, like you can have a great offensive line and a shitty ass quarterback, and it's like that quarterback isn't going to be able to do anything because quarterback isn't good, you know. But it's
Yeah,
like I think Caleb has the talent, and I'm assuming you do as well. And it's like he just that offensive line just is not there, you know.
yeah, it's bad, man. Going on to the next one. The Bills travel to Indianapolis, take on the Colts. Colts drop to 4-6. Bills go to 8-2. Bills win this game 30-20. Um, I don't know what to kind of take away from this game. Josh played not great. He played okay. Flacco obviously. I think a lot his picks early were bad. He had one pick where I think it wasn't on him and went through the receiver's hands, went to the defender. Jonathan Taylor had a good game. I still think the offense. Look, say what you want about what I'm about to say. The offense still looks better than when Anthony Richardson was playing. Yeah, Joe Flacco's turning the ball over, but I'm saying in terms of what the offense has produced, still better than what Anthony. I'm not saying that they shouldn't go back to Anthony Richardson. They aren't winning games, but I feel like they made that change kind of at the worst time because when Flacco started to build his momentum, you benched him and then threw him in the fire against who they play? Minnesota. Threw him in the fire against Minnesota, and now
Yeah,
you're gonna start for the rest of the year. I feel like that's not how they should have went about it. But shout out to the Bills, man. Their defense stepped up. They got a big win. They got it really good. They got it really going on the ground game. But Josh Allen got a. This is the first game he's really turned the ball over a lot. But I mean, overall he's still playing well. But this game it was okay. It was okay.
there you go. Yeah, I mean, realistically, like you could look at it either way, in my opinion. Like you could look at it as Josh Allen played really really bad, and you know, you like have a little bit of worry for it, or you can look at it as well. There was no Coop, there was no Keon. Kincaid got
Mm-hmm.
hurt. He was out. Like he
Mm-hmm.
got. I think he got hurt like early in the game. It's like what your main
Yeah.
target is Matt Collins, and I mean Shakir's solid, but I mean still, you know. And it's like
Yeah.
and you
And
still
Matt
beat
Collins is crazy.
for real. And it's like you still beat a competitive, almost borderline playoff team in the Colts. You know, it's like you could look at it either way. You know, the defense stepped up
Mm-hmm.
like you said, and it's like my main concern with the Bills at the beginning of the season was this defense. I thought this defense was going to be selling games left and right, and if anything, this defense is the reason they won the game today. You know,
Yeah, it's really why they're winning these games.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
I mean, James Cook, I think, yeah, like I think you said, James Cook played good. Josh Allen, even on the ground, like I mean, he's always a weapon on the
Yeah, yeah.
ground. Um,
Hmm.
and then yeah,
They
with
won this game on the ground.
for real, yeah. And then the Colts, it's like you said, Jonathan Taylor had a great game, and I agree with you. Where like this offense of the Colts looks better and they look like they know what they're doing a little bit more, and it's not like it's like consistent almost of like I feel like with the Colts with Anthony Richardson, it's like there'd either be like the crazy big play, and then it'd be like three drives where it'd be three and out, three and out, three and out, or three and out turnover, three and out, and then it'd be a big play, and then. But also, I mean, I don't know. I'm still kind of iffy what they really doing. Yeah, Anthony Richardson isn't the greatest, but like the more I'm kind of thinking about it, it's like I don't know. Maybe if they lose like one more game coming up, then it's like, what do you put him back in eventually at this point just to let him get reps and develop a little bit more? Because it's like you're gonna be 4-7 if you lose this next game. It's like, well, what do you have Flacco in for now? You know, what's the point of having him in playing? But I
Yeah,
don't know.
but you kind of got. I mean, I don't know. Like, I just think it's tough. It's really, really. The Cole situation is just bad. Like, it's they're in a bad situation right now. I think they'll still find a way to win some games, but it's just looking really bad right now. But yeah, going on to the next one. Falcons travel to New Orleans, take on the Saints. I'm not gonna lie, this is a weird Sunday, man. Um, Saints coaching. They win this game 2017. They go to 3-7. Atlanta drops to 6-4. Atlanta lost this game. They just turned the ball over. Um, really, it was like the fumbles. Like, but the crazy thing was though they got most of them back, which was they got all the fumbles back. It was just shout out to the Saints defense, but Kirk threw the pick, and then they just the offense. I don't know. The offense moves. It just once they get there, they always just like get out of like they move the ball, then they get out of field goal range. It's like in this point, like they had some point in the first quarter. I think it was the first quarter. Was it first quarter? Yeah, where they literally had two. They had a touchdown. They had a missed field goal, touchdown, another missed field goal. And it's just like damn, like Younghoe Koo missed three. He missed three field goals today. Like that's insane. Like they're moving the ball, then they get out of field goal range, and then they get back in, and the Younghoe Koo is surprisingly goes 1 for 4. I just think it's insane. That's just me though. Like I mean, Younghoe Koo, I mean, he's been pretty good this season, and I don't know what the hell happened today. I mean, so far this is by far his worst year. 17. He's now 17 for 24 on kicks. Like I don't know kind of what you do moving forward with that. I mean, 1 for 4 is crazy work. I'm sorry, 1 for 4. And then the one he made was a 27 yarder. Like that has no substance whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know really what you do. Like, but I mean, Atlanta, you got to win this game. But that's pretty much why they lost. The kicking and just it's really just the kicking, honestly. Like that, I thought they moved the ball well. They had some plays. They had some plays offensively that was kind of questionable. But I mean, you can't have MVS also defensively go for 109 yards and 2 touchdowns. You just that can't happen. That right there can't happen. But I mean, Younghoe Koo, yeah, it's got to be a discussion had, bro. He might have to go. And it's strange because he is coming into this year. He's was regarded as one of the better kickers in the league. And yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what's going on. Like it's crazy. 17 for 24, bro.
What,
1 for 4.
one of those field goals, it was blocked though. To be fair to him, but also even then 2 for 4 is kind of
Man, bro,
bad.
it's terrible, bro. You can't do that. 1 for 4, yeah, it was blocked, but it's just like his misses aren't close.
I thought
It's tough.
my biggest takeaway was this defense couldn't get any sort of pressure on the Saints whatsoever. They had 0 sacks. You
And
know?
and you brought that up. Shout out to you. You brought that
Yeah.
up. I think it was the last episode that you was like that. Matt
Mm-hmm.
Judon is just that all the guys they brought in on the defensive line just have not showed up. They're
Yeah,
just I don't
yeah, at
know,
all.
man.
And it's like,
They're
I
so
mean,
mid. Like
and see, like you got the two best, well, two of the better two of the top 3, 4 safeties, whatever you want to consider in the league back there too. So it's not like
top two, top two, probably
whatever you
top
want to
two,
say.
top
I mean, Minka
yeah.
top one, but no, I'm. But yeah, I mean, you got two great elite safeties back there, and it's like, I mean, the offense, like for example, let's say what Darnell Mooney is your fourth best option on your team, and he's a damn good fourth option. You know, if you want to consider that, it's like Drake
Damn good.
London,
Yeah,
Kyle
he's one of the better
Pitts,
wide.
yeah,
He's one of
Bijan,
the better
Tyler
wide receiver
Algier.
twos in the league.
It's like, bro, like he's been balling, you know, and it's like I don't know, but again, like we were saying last episode, this is one of those like I don't know what it's called. It's like a wounded tiger or something where it's like teams play up for that assistant like promoted head coach the next day, like a team's head coach gets fired and then the next game they come out almost like with nothing to lose. And that's kind of what happened with the Saints, in my opinion. It's like, I mean, you could see it like in the energy when they won the game. They ran up to the head coach and started like hugging him and hyping him up, and it's like they really wanted to play for him. And like I do think that has a lot to do with it. You know, AK almost sold on that one play. He was wide open, dropped it. Um,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I mean,
like
hey,
young.
they won at the end of the day, so that's all that matters. They played a
Yeah,
good
I mean,
game.
yeah, I mean, you know how bad you got to be to double boink it, hit it at the top of the goal, falls to the bottom of the goal. Like it's just like, god damn, bro. But yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said. The Saints, I don't think this is gonna continue. They barely got this game, barely. And they got the Browns. They'll probably win that game. Then you got the maybe it's not a gimme. You got the Rams, Giants. I mean, their season is still pretty much over. Going on to the next game. Oh man, let's go ahead and get into it. Broncos traveled to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. Um, Covered the spread, but yeah, the Chiefs win this game 16-14. They go to 9-0 on the season. Broncos drop to 5-5. Broncos have now lost 2 straight games. Hmm. This one, guys, was had to be one of the most hurtful losses I've ever experienced. Ryan called me when it happened, and I fell to my knees, bro. I damn near cried. It was bad, bro. My main takeaways from the game though was I thought the defense. I thought this was the game Kansas City should have lost for sure. We beat ourselves. Um, we always played them tough. We should have won this game. Our defense was absolutely sensational. Um, Great bounce back game from the Baltimore game. I thought the secondary absolutely played phenomenal. I thought the front seven. I mean, you can't ask anything more from Justin Sternad, Zach Allen, Cody Barton, Jonathan Cooper, Nick Bonito. I mean, you can't ask anything more. John Franklin Myers. You can't really ask anything more out of these guys. I mean, those guys. Shout out to them. They played their asses off for a full game against Patrick Mahomes. I mean, they got after him. I mean, Nick Bonito, man, we got something in Nick Bonito. He's special, bro. And going to the offense, I've said it before. Bo Nix is our franchise guy. He's the franchise guy. I mean, outplayed Mahomes 22 for 30, 215, 2 touchdowns, 115 passer rating, 70 QBR. I mean, it goes out there, puts the drive together, field goal gets blocked. So, and he puts the drive together. And it's just, man, it's rough. Like, we should be talking about how a rookie quarterback who everyone shitted on rolled up in the Arrowhead, outplayed Patrick Mahomes on the road, and beat the unbeaten Super Bowl champs. And a block field goal prevents that from happening. But I just want to give a huge shout out to Bo. I thought the Chiefs did not play well by any means necessary. They didn't deserve to win this game. And you know they didn't deserve to win this game, Ryan. You know they did not deserve to win this game. I mean, shout out to Bo Nix, bro. Like, shout out to my team. They played their asses off. I felt like we played a solid 60 minutes of football. We did enough to win this goddamn game. We should be 6-4 right now. And I should be smiling and understand overall, man, we lost on one of the heartbreakers of a lifetime. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, so I was really only able to watch a little bit of this off of Red Zone, so I was only really able to watch some of the highlights of it. Um, I mean, you saying they played a great game and the Chiefs played a bad game and all that, and the Chiefs still won. So what's going to happen when they run up against the Broncos Week 18 and they playing better and the Broncos aren't playing as well?
Well, I'm not saying we necessarily played the perfect game, but I thought we played a really good game. Like when you're playing against the Chiefs, you know they've been doing one thing really well the whole season, running the ball, and they're a really physical defensive team. Well, we held Kareem Hunt to 14 carries for 35 yards. Their leading receiver was Kareem Hunt with 7 catches for 65 yards. And we sacked Mahomes 4 times, really more. Not to mention the penalties that were happening on us as well. But when you hold Kansas City to 16 points, I mean, if that's not like playing damn good football, and you, from what we have offensively, scoring 17 points, like that's an achievement on a great defense like Kansas City's to me. And I mean, you could say what you want about Cortland Sutton. Had that fucking insane drop on a 3rd and 16 where we actually could have converted when Bo Nix put the shit right in his hands and the motherfucker just dropped the ball. And instead of having a chip, we should have had a 55-yard field goal, but he also got false start because he lined up off sides. So on top of that, he goes back and drops an easy first down, which would have gave Lutz a chip shot field goal, and game could have been different. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. I thought we played well. I mean, shit, 28 for 42. I mean, Mahomes still he didn't look bad on the stat sheet, but you watch this game, we limited him, bro. Like Riley Moss said after the game, we had them boys in the trenches. Go ahead.
And like you said, Kareem Hunt was out 35 yards. It's like his longest was 10. So you guys really get rid of that 1 10-yard run, 13 carries for 25 yards. It's like, I mean, that's especially from what they did last week against the Bucks. I mean, that's great. I mean, I got 3 shout-outs I want to give. I want to give Cortland Sutton a shout-out, Lord Jordan Humphreys a shout-out, and Javonte Williams a shout-out. Those are my 3 shout-outs from the game. Shout-out all 3 of them. I know those are your faves, so shout-out all 3 of them. And, yeah, shout-out.
That's another thing. Javonte Williams got benched and he's benched. Got 1 carry for 1 yard today. And Audric Estime is our starting running back moving forward. He got benched. It's very frustrating, man. I mean, I will say our next 4 games are very winnable. We talked about this last time. We got the Falcons next week at home, the Raiders on the road, then the Browns and the Colts at home. So, hey, man, we could still go 4-0 in our next few games and be 9-5. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that goes. But overall, I ain't gonna lie, I'm hurt. Can't lie, I'm hurt, Ryan. But it was some positive things to look forward to in this game. I think this game, Bo Nix cemented himself, I think, in this game. I mean, did you see the 3rd down completion of Sutton, bro? The 2 of them.
Yeah, on the last, damn near last play of the game.
The 3rd downs, bro, he completed it both to Sutton. Him getting out of the pocket, evading the sack, stepping up. I mean, it's a rookie quarterback. Think about the environment, Ryan. To beat the unbeaten Super Bowl champs on the road, your rookie quarterback doesn't flinch. Bo didn't flinch all game, bro. Like, I watched he didn't flinch all game. He stood in there and made throw. He was not afraid that them boys was a top defense. But I really do like to see Estime getting involved. Vele, Marvin Mims got some snaps in this one, got carries. And I mean, I think it made a little bit of the difference. But I think moving forward, we should win. We're probably going to win, hopefully, our next 4. Knock on wood, any injuries. But I think most definitely we can win our next 4 games.
So I'm just looking at it. This is more on the Chiefs' perspective. They got the Bills next. Let's say they win that. Man, they got to run into the red-hot Carolina Panthers, my man.
Oh, my God.
Day before, what, the November 24th? Man, I'm just saying that they don't want to see Bryce in Carolina. They don't want to see him in Carolina. That's all I got to say. They do not want to see. But imagine that's the game. Imagine that's the game. Like, they beat the Ravens, the Bengals, the Chargers, the Falcons, the 49ers, the Bucks, the Broncos, the Bills, and they end up messing around losing to the Panthers. Because, I mean, after this Bills game, I mean, their schedule was a little bit easier. I mean, Panthers, Raiders, Chargers will be a little bit of a tougher game. But it's in KC. And then you got the Browns, you got the Texans, Steelers, Broncos. I mean, those last 3 games are going to be kind of tough. But, like, if they get past the Bills, I mean, they can go, what? They're 9-0 right now, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-0? I don't know, man. I remember we were talking about it. I think either before or after the 49ers game, where it was like, at what point do you think they're going to lose? You know? And it's, I don't know.
They should have lost today. That's what they should. They should have lost today.
They didn't, though. They blocked that motherfucker. They blocked it. Yeah, and I had to call you. I was sitting there making my little videos or whatever, watching it on my little treadmill, and I only get Red Zone. I only get local games in Red Zone. So I was watching the Steelers Commanders game on my laptop, but then I was watching NFL Red Zone on my TV, and we were texting back and forth about it, about about like the game. I was just giving you shit or whatever, and yeah, and like I was, I think you said you like if like I'm so nervous about them if they get this third down we win or it was something like that, and that's when they flipped to red zone and they had it on, and then I saw Bo get that third down. I'm like, oh shit, they about to win. I was like, man, let me get my little clips for these videos. Let me get this. Let me get that. I started making. I was like halfway done with it before they even kicked the field goal, and then they
Man, it's gonna
blocked it.
make the Broncos something.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna make everything, and it's like, and then I was like, nah, I gotta call this man now. I have to call this man now. I gotta see what's going on with his head. But yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
All I remember is answering the phone and you were just dying laughing, bro. Oh my god.
But see, the thing is, my team had like the Steelers. We hadn't finished up yet. I think we had like 10 minutes left in the quarter, which is I have no idea how we had that much time left in the game. It's like your guys' game ended and we still had damn near a full quarter left.
It's
But
crazy.
yeah,
But yeah, yeah, I could talk about that game all day, man. I mean, it absolutely sucks. I just can't believe it. This man's still laughing at me, bro. I just can't believe we lost that game, bro. Like, all right, so going on to the next one, the Niners travel to Tampa to take on the Bucks. Niners go to 5-4. The Bucks drop to 4-6. They win this game 23-20. I'm gonna let Ryan go first. I'm gonna let Ryan give his opinions on the game, and then I'll go. I didn't really see too much of this one. I kind of got the glimpse of the first half a little bit. Then I had to go.
I was watching a little bit of the game. CMC looked like he was all right. You know, like he didn't really have the elusiveness that he kind of did last season. Granted, that's expected. You know, he's coming back from an injury like that. That stuff will eventually come back with time. Juwan Jennings played all right. You know, Ricky Pearsall, he had himself his first touchdown. It was great. You know, I saw Debo and the long snapper fighting on the sideline. Uh, Jake Moody had missed 3 field goals, and he made the game winner. So that's really all that matters at the end of the day. But him and the long snapper were arguing back and forth. I'm pretty sure he pushed him, which is, you know, whatever. You're like emotions are high. It's a football game. You know, it's not really my opinion to judge him, but yeah, I mean, Purdy played himself a nice little game. Kittle had a nice touchdown in the corner of the end zone. Um, yeah, I mean, I really think the 49ers, if Christian McCaffrey can come back and he can be 80-90% of what he once was, I think Purdy's playing great. Uh, the only thing that kind of concerns me a little bit is that receiving core with no Ayuk. It's like I guess you do have to consider Kittle with the receiving group. Obviously, I'm more talking about the wide receivers, not really just
Yeah,
Kittle. But like you rely on a rookie, which is he played his ass off today, so shout out to him. But it's like you're relying on Debo, who isn't really like a true number one receiver. The way they use him, he's not like a typical receiver. And then you have Juwan Jennings, who's I think Juwan Jennings is a solid receiver. I just think with Ayuk, it really takes you over the top. And like this is that, in my opinion, like the 49ers are that type of team where it's like their expectations are so sky high that it's like it's damn near Super Bowl or bust. Like it doesn't matter if they make the NFC Championship game and lose, or if they make the divisional round and lose. Like they have to make the Super Bowl and they have to win it, you know. And it's like
yeah,
I really just think that losing Ayuk kind of, I don't know. It takes something away. Obviously, he's a great receiver, but it's like I really do want to. I really do want to see how Ricky almost evolves and Juwan evolves and CMC back, and I think CMC relieves Purdy not having to run his ass off around like in circles in the backfield. It's like with no CMC, he's running around for his life, and CMC's like the ultimate dump off guy in my opinion. Like he's great at it, you know.
yeah.
But yeah,
Hmm.
and the defense played all right. The defense like they were okay, and yeah, the Bucks played all right as well, but no Mike Evans, no Godwin. It's kind of the typical story for them.
Yeah. Well, one I want to bring up, the Debo was wilding. I feel like him like shoving that long snapper like that was kind of crazy. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it. I was just I obviously we kind of had an idea what they were arguing about, but it's like, man, it's a football game at the end of the day. it's one of those things that they have to deal with themselves, you know.
Yeah,
And it's like,
I just feel like that was funny. Like, come
mm,
on, bro. Like, it's no reason to go at the long snapper like that. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I just thought that was crazy. But yeah, I mean, the Niners, was kind of surprised that they didn't really run the ball anywhere, very like well at all. But shout out to Baker. I want to give a shout out to him. He didn't play that he didn't do really too much. But that one throw he made, did you see that? Where he stiff arm Bosa and like you to have Bosa like this throw like that is insane, bro. That take guts. But shout out to Bucky Irvin. I thought he had a pretty solid day. Jawan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, they had good days as well. McCaffrey got involved in the receiving game. Everybody pretty much ate in the receiving game. They caught a pass today. Um, but yeah, the Niners go to 5-4. They're very interesting. They're 5-4, man. And I mean, looking forward at their schedule, they got three really tough games. You got Seattle, who is still a divisional game, at Green Bay, at Buffalo. So I think that's gonna play a big part in how their season is. Um, it's gonna play a big part in like what record they finish with because they could end up losing if they lose those two games. So they'll be what 6-6 going into Chicago, the Rams, Dolphins, Lions, Cardinals. Like their schedule is pretty difficult moving forward, but I think they can still somewhat finish around maybe 9-8, possibly win 10 games. But I think it's gonna take them a lot to win 10 games.
yeah, and I think like we had said last episode, nobody wants to see this team in the playoffs. You know,
Nope. So they
nobody
better hope that
does.
they don't get in.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. Going on to the next game. Steelers travel to wherever that place is. What is it, Ron? Landover.
Landover, Maryland.
I do that every time. It's hilarious. Yeah, they Steelers win this game 28-27. They go to 7-2. Washington drops to 7-3. Me and Ryan both pick Pittsburgh, and look at this. Pittsburgh gets the win. Russ, I'll start with him. I thought he played well. I think people are kind of overdoing it just a little bit, and you can say that's me hating or whatever, but I feel like they're overdoing it just a little bit. 14 for 28, 195, three tubs. Jalen Warren was at a solid game. George Pickens is a monster, man. 5 catches, 91 in the tub. Terry McLaurin had a good game. Eckler did solid. Jaden Daniels, he did okay. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, the Commanders lost this game at a certain point. One, the offsides penalty, the muff punt. They kind of beat themselves in this one more than I think Pittsburgh beat them. I think Washington just you showed their young team. They definitely beat themselves. But yeah, my main thing was I was surprised Pittsburgh still came out with this win. It took a lot, but they got the win. Shout out to them. Now their schedule. They got it gets pretty tough. Next week in Baltimore, we're gonna see how that game goes. They might win that game. You never really know. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Shout out to them.
Isn't it in Pittsburgh?
Huh?
So isn't the game in Pittsburgh?
I got you.
Because I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, it is.
Cool. But yeah, I don't know. I really towards like the end of the second quarter, they what do you call it? They scored a touchdown, and then with 16 seconds left, and then after that, we obviously couldn't do anything, and then they got the ball first, went down there immediately, scored another touchdown. It's a 14-point swing right there, and it's like that's when I started worrying a little bit. We then answered back, got a touchdown, and then after that, it was just kind of back and forth, like pick, fumble, punt, interception, fumble, and then it got to the point where
to get ugly.
yeah, we got down to the 1 yard line. Jalen Warren fumbled, and it's like the way that we were running on the ball and we were just chugging down the field. It's like we wasted from 14:06 of the fourth quarter. We wasted damn near 7 minutes of the clock just in the fourth quarter on one drive to where then Warren just fumbled the ball and it was like that was brutal. Then we went down the field again. Well, they went 3-and-out. Then we went down the field, got a touchdown with Mike Williams. Shout out to him. And then after that, it was, we just played solid defense. I do kind of think that Zach Ertz play. I think it should have been a first down. They reviewed it and they said he was short of it on fourth down.
Was?
Yeah, they had a minute and 30 left in the fourth quarter, and Zach Ertz he needed to get to the 41, and they said he got to the 42, not the 41. And I think he got it personally, but also obviously I'm glad that they reviewed it and they said he didn't get it, so it's whatever. I'm happy for it. But yeah, these are the type of games where the Steelers just kind of we keep it close, and then at the end of the game, we somehow pull some sort of magic out the hat, and we win the game. I mean, kind of like you said, you were talking a little bit of smack about my man Russ, and I mean, I thought he played solid today. I thought Naj ran the ball solid as well. Jalen Warren, besides that fumble, he played all right too,
He's only throwing go balls.
and they work.
Yeah, but like you're not going to Super Bowl still throwing go balls, bro.
See, but the thing is like, at least my expectations, like, bro, you gotta remember, like, we had Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, and Mason Rudolph these last 3 years. It's like my expectations aren't to go to the Super Bowl and win it. Like I would love for us to go to the Super Bowl and win it, but it's like I know we're not going to. For me, it's like this is the best quarterback play that we've had since Ben retired, and even when Ben was in his last couple years, like he you
Yeah,
could tell he was slowing down. I saw a stat on Twitter
once
where it was
go ahead.
that Russell Wilson in these 3 games has thrown more touchdowns than I believe it was Kenny in 2022 threw 7. So if Russ throws 2 more in these next however many games he plays, he would have thrown more touchdowns than Kenny Pickett, than Mason Rudolph, than Mitch Trubisky in any single individual season. And it's like I was looking back at it. Ben had, I believe it was 22 his final year, and I'm not saying Russ gonna have that many, but it's like this is the best quarterback play from either Fields or Russ that we've had since Ben. So I'm just happy with that. I'm not expecting him to be an all-time Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar, Burrow. I'm not expecting him to be that because I know he's not that. But it's like this is like above and beyond what we've had in the last 3 years. So that's what I'm happy about personally.
Keep going. So you're on mute. You're on mute.
I just finished when you left, so I'm good.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I was gonna say Benjamin St. Juste might be one of the worst corners I've ever seen. You let Mike Williams burn you. Mike Williams only runs one route, a go route. How in the hell do you let Mike Williams burn you on the go route? You already playing 10, 15 yards off? How does that happen? Like, bro, goddamn. Like, that has to be. See, that shit remind me when Damari Mathis was playing for my goddamn team, and I was screaming every goddamn week to bench him. I know Dan Quinn's gonna lose his shit in that damn film review. And this dude here, bro, I mean, he's bad every fucking week. But shout out to the Steelers. I'll give Russ his credit. He's playing well.
Real quick before we move on, it was sometime in the first quarter, and James Pierre, I'm not trying to give him shit, I'm just legit saying, like, observing it type thing. He had a wide open catch that would have continued the drive, and he dropped it, and we were on our own 16. They went down there in 3 plays, scored a touchdown. It's like like you were saying earlier that you felt like the Commanders just kind of beat themselves, not that we really beat them. I mean, I really feel like I'm not saying we went and took it to them, but like I feel like we kind of sometimes we kind of held the door open
Kept
for
them
them
in
a
the
little
game.
bit. Yeah, and it's like something like that. I'm not saying they would have scored in that drive. We were at our own 16. But it's like it would definitely extend the drive, and they probably wouldn't have gotten that touchdown. But
Yeah.
shout out to them. I thought they played a good game. I just think we played a little bit of better game. But
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Going on to this next game, which I think came us as a shocker. Vikings travel to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. They win this game, go to 7-2. Jacksonville drops to 2-8. What the What the hell has happened to Sam Darnold? This is a different quarterback from what we've seen. I mean, this dude was in MVP conversations. I don't know what the hell has happened, but after they got that first loss, even before the first loss, the game against the Jets, I don't know what the hell has happened to Sam Darnold. I honestly don't. Like, what the fuck? Like, he is bad, bro. Like, he threw 3 bad interceptions today. Bad interceptions. Mind you, Jacksonville was what the second worst defense against the pass coming into this game. Like, I picked this week with the belief that this man was finna go out there, have a bounce back game, and shred them. And I remember I went back and watched our episode when I sat there and we picked this game. I said the only way Jacksonville has a chance to even win this game is if they get takeaways. Boy, them boys had 3 of them, and they all came at the red zone. All like, bro, where the hell are you throwing? Where the hell are you throwing this ball? But shout out to the Vikings. They still somehow get the dub. Aaron Jones solid before he got hurt. TJ Hawkinson had a great game in his first game back. 8 catches, 72 yards. Mac Jones, Mac was Mac Jones. Their uniform combo was really fucking weird to me. I did not like the white helmet with the. It just didn't look right.
You know why they had him, right?
What, Mac Jones?
No, the white helmets.
Why?
I was chilling there in the sauna watching a little bit of the game before I came back to the house, and they were talking about something with the white seashells from the beach or something. So they call them the white shells, and
Yeah.
it's like, bro, what the hell are we talking about? Like, if anything, just say just say, nah, we wanted to have white helmets. Don't sit there and try to use like, oh yeah, the white beach and the white seashells on the beach and about. It's like, shut up. What are we doing?
Yeah, man. I don't fucking know. I just know this game was terrible to watch. Um, the Vikings aren't gonna win shit with Sam Darnold moving forward. I'm not gonna lie. Like I mean, their schedule is easy though. I mean, so far they have the Titans next, the Bears, well at Chicago, then they got the Cardinals. I mean, they're probably gonna win their next 2 games as well. Hopefully, if Sam Darnold just doesn't keep throwing fucking interceptions. I mean, this dude was in the MVP race. Now he has 10 interceptions. I don't know, man. Donald's not looking good, bro. He's not looking good. I don't know what the hell has happened to him. Like, I just don't understand how you can flip a switch and just go from playing elite to just playing so fucking awful. Like, I don't know what the fuck against a bad defense too. Like, I understand if you're just playing really good defenses, you know what I'm saying? But you're Jacksonville. Jacksonville they lost this game because Travon Walker decided to punch somebody at a very clutch moment in the game. I don't know if you saw that. Did you see that?
Yeah, I mean, they would have extended the drive. My fault. They would have gotten the ball back, but he just punched him in. Yeah, they were going to punt the ball to him. That's crazy. I mean, you were going back to the Jets game, even that Packers game towards the end. Like, I think it was like the last quarter or 2 of the game. I remember Sam Darnold wasn't really playing the greatest, and I remember the Vikings low-key almost sold the Packers game week 4. It's like I kind of think teams have kind of started to figure out what he does, and I wonder if Kevin O'Connell can't really hide what he really is. I mean, he's an okay, solid quarterback, but like today he just did not play good. Dare I say? I think if they had Trevor Lawrence, they would have won this game today for sure.
Yeah, nah, hell yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, like we were praising this offense earlier in the year, especially we were talking about when Hawkinson comes back, they're gonna be rolling, And
Just how do you struggle with Jettas and Jordan Addison and Aaron Jones? Like, how are you just that? It should be so easy to score touchdowns. Why are you forcing the ball? Like, and the picks are bad. They're bad picks. Like,
yeah, I mean, but hey, they won the game. That's really all that matters at the end of the day.
12-7. I'm mad because they shit the bed for me in fantasy, but yeah, let's move on. Eagles travel Dallas take on the Cowboys. Cowboys are now 0-4 at home. Eagles win this game 34-6. Dallas drops to 3-6. Eagles go to 7-2. Cowboys are just a dumpster fire. We knew they were gonna lose this game, but I mean, goddamn, they didn't even have 50 passing yards. It's fucking ridiculous. They had more rushing yards than passing yards. I mean, it was, like I said, abysmal. The defense kind of kept them in the game for a little bit, but they gave up once it was just no offense. Like, Jalen Hurts 14 of 20, 202 touchdowns and a pick. The pick he threw was once again bad. Jalen Hurts really has to fix these turnovers. Like, if they want to win a Super Bowl, he can't keep doing shit like that. Like that ball, I mean, bro, like why would you even throw that? Like, Trayvon Diggs is some of the best ball skills, best hands in the league, and you decide to drop back, throw the meanest. Like I don't know if you saw the pick. Did you see it?
Yeah, I
Like
saw
even
it.
Dallas Goddard to play was just like Jalen, bro. Like what the fuck are you doing? AJ had 5 catches, buck 09, and then outside of that, nobody else caught really anything. Um, Saquon and Jalen did that somewhat. I thought they should have gave the ball to Saquon a little bit more. Pissed me off because of fantasy, but yeah, man, Dallas is just they're terrible. Their defense did okay though. But shout out to the Eagles defense. They really stepped up today. They had a pick, and 4 fumbles. So 5 takeaways to do it.
You could see, especially early on in the game, how much of an impact Micah really has on this defense. I mean,
Yeah.
he was causing Jalen hell for especially the first quarter, but I mean mainly into that second quarter. I mean that third and fourth quarter they just kind of turned it on and did really whatever they wanted to after that. But like, dude, I don't know. And it's like CD had a wide open, and it's not his fault. He had a wide open touchdown in the end zone, and he even said that the sun from like the windows in the stadium it was blinding him. Like he couldn't see it, you know.
Yeah, you could
And
tell he couldn't see.
yeah, and I mean he even did like this number where he was like, nah, like I can't see it, and it's like I don't know, like Dak is as much shit as he gets. He's a damn solid, okay, good quarterback, and it's like we were talking about with the Dolphins. It's like it doesn't even have to be a great quarterback. Like I don't think Tua's a great quarterback. I think he's okay. I don't think he's like great, and it's like you could see the impact that offense had immediately. That offense like completely went downhill after he got hurt. So I mean, I have no idea where the Cowboys go go from here. It's like Trey Lance isn't the guy. You know, that like I get it, you traded for him, but it's like he didn't play great either. Cooper Rush didn't play great. Do you go out and like maybe sign somebody in like free agency? Like I know Tannehill's out there still. I have no idea who else is out there besides that. Like, do you go out there and sign somebody maybe just to maybe get like a little bit of boot? Because it's like, I mean, you guys are Dallas. You know, you guys are going to be
Well,
on
the
all.
season is over.
No, I get the season is over, but like you still got to sell the fans on something. You know, it's
I
like
mean, bringing Ryan Tannehill, like
I think
you
he'd be
might as
better
well.
than all these. I think he'd be better than Trey Lance
I
and
just
Cooper.
say play Trey Lance, honestly.
Nah. You can't roll Lance out there. From what he showed today, nah, you can't. It's like
I mean, you're gonna bring in Ryan Tannehill and what?
at least like be a competitive football team. It's like you got 2 more months of football left. It's like you can't just fold over and just like be like, all right, like we're done. You know, it's like I understand like us two are talking and the media are talking about, yeah, they're cooked, they're done. But it's like from the actual football locker room perspective, it's like you can't just, yeah, guys, this is what we're going with. It's like that's gonna ruin everything. That's gonna ruin the chemistry for everybody.
Well, remember, like I was saying the same thing for the Dolphins when Tua got hurt. But I mean, it's different because you still had the season. Like I feel like this game is over. I mean, the season's over. Like, yeah, you bring in Tannehill, you bring competitiveness. You're still gonna lose majority of every game. Even if you bring in a guy, you're not. I mean, Cooper Rush, just play Cooper Rush, bro. Like, I mean, I don't think because it's the market is terrible out there right now. You're not gonna bring in nobody. The best guy you can bring in is Tannehill. And is he even gonna want to come off the couch and go play for the fucking Cowboys right now?
I have no idea. All I'm saying is like you can't just from like especially you guys are the Dallas Cowboys. Like you can't just do nothing. You know, like I get it. Like especially like again the message that it's gonna send to the rest of the team of like we're not even trying is like
I mean, shit. What are they? 3 and what? 7?
3-6, I believe. Yeah, 3-6. Again,
I mean, it's a right. I mean, because look at their schedule: the Texans, Commanders, Giants, Bengals. It's over. Like you're gonna bring them in to just get whooped.
no, I get what you're saying, but like just from like that's the perspective of the fan looking into the team,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
what we're
I
looking
mean,
at it. I'm saying
I
like
mean, like
as being a team, if
the
I'm a member
team
on the
knows
team.
though. I mean, but the team knows though, Ryan. Like they know the season is
Mm-hmm.
shot.
No,
Okay, because say for example, they bring in a guy, he makes him competitive. I mean, okay, you bring him in, you guys beat the Panthers and maybe the Giants. Like you could do the same thing with Cooper Rush, bro. Like I just don't think there's and plus I just don't think there's a guy out there right now they can bring in that's gonna be that. Like you might as well just keep what you have in house. I mean, like, are we so sure that Ryan Tannehill can do much more than Cooper Rush in his offense right now?
yeah,
I'm not saying Ryan Tannehill ain't better than Cooper Rush. I'm just saying Cooper Rush has been here for a while. He knows
that
the
man had
system, man.
45 yards today. You're telling me Ryan Tannehill can't go out there and at least put up 45?
Yeah, he can, man.
It's and I understand. I completely get what you're saying. Like the season is over. Like I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying as a member of if I'm Micah Parsons and I got if I'm about to be a free agent, why the hell am I going to re-sign with this team if we're
He
not
should
even
leave
trying to win?
anyway.
Yeah, but like you're looking at it from like the perspective of like what like the fan looking in. What I'm trying to say is like I'm looking at it as like if I'm CD Lamb, if I'm Micah Parsons, if I'm whatever, man, why the hell don't I just shut it down for the season then if we're not going to be competitive? It's like we got 2 more months of legit football left. And it's like again, like you said, I think even without a different guy, I think they can beat the Panthers and I think they could beat the Giants. But it's like, yeah, they're probably going to lose 6 of the next 8, but it's like you can't just fold and just die like that. Like you have to actually like go in
Why?
and do something.
I guess. I mean, I hear you, man. I hear you. I think regardless, it's not gonna do anything, even if
No,
they
I mean,
try.
yeah. No, they're not going to. But like, I don't know. Like, have you ever played like competitive like basketball, football, or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, let's say, I don't know, the starting point guard or the starting quarterback or whatever gets hurt. It's like, yeah, you lost, but it's like if they bring in somebody else, obviously it's different. Like let's say little league compared to the damn NFL, but like it's like a different energy. It's the same thing we were talking about with the Saints head coach. It's like you bring in that new head coach, or like when the Giants, I'm not for the Giants, the Jets. It's like their head coach came in. He provides that new energy. It provides that new sense of hope and that new like, damn, maybe we could actually mess around and like do something. It's like for the fan perspective, we're looking at it. We're like they're cooked. But from the team perspective, it's like they're not looking at like you as a competitor, you can't be looking at it as like, yeah, we're gonna lose these next 6 out of 8 and we're going on vacation after that. It's like I don't know. I mean, again, I agree with you. I don't think they're going to. I think they're gonna roll Cooper Rush out there on Monday night against the Texans and go from there. I think on Thanksgiving against the Giants, they're gonna roll him out there too. I think against the Commanders, they're gonna roll him out there too. Bengals roll. It's gonna be the same thing. I don't know. And I've gone on too much of a tangent of this shit.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, man. But let's move on because yeah, let's move on, man. The Cowboys, they're a dumpster fire. Titans travel to LA to take on the Chargers. Chargers go to 6-3. Titans drop to 2-7. Chargers win this game 27-17. Ryan Boyd, Will Levis came back 18 for 23, a buck 75, 2 tubs. Calvin really had a decent day, 84 yards, 2 touchdowns. Chargers just do whatever. They just do enough to win. They're not going to put Herbert in any position. They're not. They know this offense is terrible. They're not going to make him throw the ball 30, 40 times. It's pretty evident in what they do. They get the lead, they shoot clock, and that's just pretty much it. I mean, it's just kind of funny. But yeah, man, shout out to them. They had 250-yard rushers today. Herbert had 32 and a rushing touchdown. Um, but yeah, man, shout out to they had a really good game too. Yeah, man. I mean, the Titans, we all know their season is over with. But shout out to the Chargers, man. They go to 6-3, and they're still a 6 seed.
Yeah, Chargers have been balling as well. Herbert's playing some really efficient football. He went 14 for 18, 164 yards. Did exactly like you said. He did exactly what he needed to win the game. Um, defense, they played solid as well. On the Titans side, Calvin Ridley had himself a nice little game. Granted, one of those touchdowns was in garbage time. It was literally like 40 seconds left in the game. But, yeah, I mean, this game, I didn't really pay attention to too much to really any of them. I think all the late window games were kind of some buns, if we being
Trash.
honest. Yeah, but
Yeah. Going on to the next one. Speaking about trash, the Jets travel to Arizona to take out the Cardinals. Cardinals go to 6-4. Jets drop to 3-7. Cardinals win this game 31-6. Jets season is over. Um, I know Ryan was trying to, talk about last episode how he thinks they can make a run, and I kept trying to tell you, man, the season felt like the season could have ended today, and we both picked the Jets. We both had that faith, and we both said, watch the Cardinals fuck around and win the hell out this game. Kyler 22 for 24, 266 touchdown, ran the ball. They all ran the ball pretty well. James Conner and Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison, they feasted today. And Aaron Rodgers 22 for 35, a buck 51, just nasty work. Nasty work in the running game. Nasty work all around. Devontae Adams didn't do anything. 30 yards. The Jets did this to themselves. I'll talk to Arizona first. Arizona, shout out to them, man. I mean, they're balling. I mean, they're 6-4, 4-2 now at home. You look at what they got next. I mean, they ain't gonna lie. Their next three games are really tough, but then after that, it gets kind of easy. At Seattle, at Minnesota, then they got Seattle at home, and then you got New England and Carolina. So they're gonna win at least 8 games. So we'll see how that goes. But they're probably gonna win 9 games, maybe 10. But they're looking pretty. They're looking really solid. The Jets, man, it's just a wrap. I don't feel bad for the Jets, man. I mean, I don't like firing solid and everything like that. Now the defense is worse, and then on top of that, every time I think the Broncos have a bad week, the Jets just find a way to top it. Find a way to top it. I mean, but I could have sworn Sean Payton, after saying what Nathaniel Hackett did in Denver was abysmal, and it wasn't that really. It wasn't NFL. Whatever he said, basically trash and Hackett. They called that man the devil. They called that man broke the coach's rule, and after all, he was right. I mean, the Jets stink. Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, more on the Jets' perspective. I think, like again, this was one of those games that, in my opinion, they either had to win out or they had to win 7 of the next 8 games. We were talking about it last, and it's not gonna happen. I mean, the Texans game they played, I think their backs were against the wall at home Thursday night, short week, and it's like they barely won that one against a kind of a banged up Texans team. Now that I kind of look back on it and really reflect on that, it's like if they want to have any chance, even remotely, they'd have to win out, and it's just not gonna
They're
happen.
not winning out.
Yeah, no,
It's
and
over.
it's like with
Saying Ryan, it's over.
man, I can't
It's
rule
over.
Rodgers out. I can't.
Over. It's
I
over,
can't. I
bro.
can't rule him out.
Oh,
I can't. I mean, this is what you brought Devontae in for: six
it's
receptions, 31
over,
yards. It's like, bro, like
Ryan.
I don't know. And like, where do you
There's
go?
no
Where do you go
way.
next year?
It's well, one to say on that, bro. They're not beating the Bills
Mm-mm.
or the Dolphins twice or the Rams. Like, I mean, look, you can't go anywhere from here. You you're fucked. I mean, what do you do?
That's what I'm asking you. Where
Like,
do they go next year?
you got to run it back. I
I
mean,
don't
you're
know.
out of moves. You're out
Yeah,
of moves. You fired the coach. You brought in Da. What's what's the next move?
they better just hope they draft really, really well, and their rookies immediately come in
No, but
next
like,
year.
what do you need?
I don't know. I'm not saying to draft a receiver. I'm saying they need some damn offensive line help, if anything. That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, that defense isn't playing great, but like I don't know. They got that man Rogers in some sort of hell back there. He's getting sacked. He's getting not even really just this game in specific, but like he's getting messed up back there in the pocket, and it's
Bro,
like,
but that's not why they're losing. They're losing because they can't move the ball.
mm-hmm.
Like they can't move the ball, bro. Like it's bad. Like I love Aaron Rodgers, but this is terrible. I'm not even saying it's all on him, but he has a big role in this. You chose this, but let's move on. Going on to the night game, I was there. Didn't get a chance to go to the game, but I was there, and Lions fans completely took over. Lions travel to NRG. Houston take on the Texans. They win this game 26-23. They go to 8-1. Texans drop to 6-4. How the fuck did the Texans lose this game? I have no clue. I have never seen Joe Mixon damn near had almost more carries than yards. 25 carries, 46 yards. I mean, that was way too close for me, bro. Jared Goff, 5 picks. 5. I mean, I was like, at some point, you got to bench him, right? I mean, but it's safe to say the incompletion, the touchdown record is broken. And it's not close anymore. 15 incompletions. Jared Goff, 15 for 30, 242 touchdowns, 5 freaking interceptions. Jahmyr Gibbs had 70 yards. They still had over 100 yards rushing. Receiving wise, it was okay. I don't know how the Texans lost this game. Did you see Titus Howard strip sack TJ? He went up to CJ and ripped the ball out of his hands. Your own lineman. How, what the fuck? What are you thinking? Like what? That's insane to me. I don't know how the Texans lost this game. You should have just went for it on the 4th down instead of kicking a 58-yard field goal. That was where you kind of lost the game. But how do you 5 interceptions and you lose the game? 5. I mean, that's just what else can you ask for D'Amico's defense?
Maybe a
I
sack.
mean, bro, come on, man. I mean, bro, 5 picks though, man. 5. Like Texas should have won this game 50-20 something. It's just bad, man. I mean, the Lions, they go, like I said, they're 8-1, but I don't know. The Texans, they're definitely pretenders, bro. They're pretenders, dog. You're on mute.
Nico was supposed to come back, I believe, this game. I think he'll be back next week, is my guess. Uh, I don't know.
Yeah, next week. Yeah, he'll be back next week.
Even with him in the lineup, like, yeah, they had some good games where they were blowing teams out, but like they also had some games where even with him in there and Stephon, it was still kind of close
Suspect.
games. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I mean, I think this just kind of really shows how well coached the Lions are. Where that man threw 5 picks and they still pulled the dub out. You know, it's like, and like the ability for Goff just to kind of put it behind him and still go out there. It's like after his last interception, they punted and then touchdown, field goal to win the game. It's like, I mean, they kept themselves in that game. That defense played their hearts out for the Lions as well, and then they went scored touchdown, field goal, and those 2 field goals were insane. Barely made it. They were talking about if they painted the goalpost a little extra, that they would have barely missed it, or if something like that. It's like, bro, like he barely,
You know what's funny?
barely made it. So
It was funny. You remind me of the Kevin Durant meme. When he was talking to Fournier.
yeah,
That's funny. Yeah, nah, man. I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. The Texans.
you lagging.
Oh my god. Let me know when I'm good.
113.
Yo.
1 second. I'm marking.
Am I good?
1 second. Oh yeah, you good.
Yeah. Texans, man, they got a ways to go. They'll still make the playoffs, but they might be out in the first round. But yeah, you got any questions, Ron, before we end off?
Out of these 5 quarterbacks, Which one of these quarterbacks have the most to gain from winning a Super Bowl? Lamar, Burrow, Josh Allen, Brock Purdy, Patrick Mahomes.
Lamar Jackson. Yeah, if Lamar gets the
Yeah,
Super Bowl, he shuts everybody up.
and he's gonna win his third MVP this year too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
with
nah,
that,
it's 100% Lamar.
yeah, and that was more of a layup question for this next question. If
Okay.
if Lamar wins his third MVP, and if Lamar wins a Super Bowl, and let's say a Super Bowl MVP just on top of that, where do you think Lamar ranks all time?
Has to be top 10. If he gets the bowl, because we rank Aaron Rodgers top 10. So if he's top 10, if he gets 3 MVPs, Super Bowl MVP, and gets the ring, he's top 10. He's top 10.
Yeah, no, I
What you
definitely
think?
agree. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think the only, like, I think obviously all these quarterbacks, like if with Lamar, it's like I think he has the most to gain, kind of like we've been talking about. Eventually MVP. Like if Josh Allen would have won the MVP this year, it's still like damn, he won his first MVP. Congrats. Same thing with Burrow. Holmes ain't winning an MVP this year. It's like congratulations, you won an MVP. Good job. But with Lamar, it's like, all right, dude, you won your third MVP. And it's like, well, we need a little bit more from you now. Like, you've won two MVPs. This is your third. We expect more from you at this point. Where I feel like with Burrow and Allen, yes, we expect them to make the Super Bowl. But it's like, with Lamar, it's like those expectations already so sky high with him, you know? The only other person I was maybe thinking of is maybe Mahomes. He would have had his fourth. It's like, that would really put him into. I think that
He's
would.
well. I already think he could go.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's just you. I'm talking about with the major media. You know, I really think like if he would have won his fourth MVP, how long he been in the league since 2017,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like what you've won four Super Bowls in 7 years, 8 years, whatever you want to consider it. It's like, dude, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's definitely close between the two. I'm going with Lamar, like you did also, but I just imagine he wins his fourth Super Bowl, probably his fourth Super Bowl MVP. It's like the conversations that have already started with him and Brady would only intensify even more. And it's like, bro would be in his seventh, eighth year winning his fourth Super Bowl. It would be unprecedented, especially being uh, 3P as well. It's like, but yeah, Lamar or Mahomes. I think anybody else, it would be cool for them the Super Bowl, but it wouldn't really have like a historical impact. Like let's say Jalen Hurts wins it. It's like, all right, congratulations, you won the MVP. My fault, you won the Super Bowl, and it's like, you know, it's great. Like it would definitely elevate him a little bit more, and like then we would keep expecting that same thing from him because we know he can do it. But
Mhm.
anyway, that's really about it for me.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Do you have
That's
any
gonna do it
questions
for
for
this.
me?
Nah. I think I'm gonna let you make it. Yeah, I don't have any questions. If the Broncos would have won, I probably would have had some. Well, I will say I think it's kind of funny that Bo Nix right now does lead all quarterbacks in total, all rookies, total rookie quarterbacks in total passing yards, total touchdowns, and I think what was the other one? I think touchdown to interception ratio, something like that. But yeah, I just think that's very interesting. But I'm not gonna ask you who would you take right now, or who would be your pick for offensive rookie. Actually, I do want to ask you right now who would be your pick for offensive rookie of the year.
Jaden.
That easy?
It's either between him or Bo, and I think just the team success from the expectations. Like, yeah, there was no expectations for the Broncos, at least for most fans uh, of the 31 other teams. There weren't really any expectations for Bo. I just think one, the hype around Jaden, and just two, like some of the teams that he's done it against. I guess I don't know. Granted, I'm not saying Bo can't win. I think Bo is playing all right. I think he's playing some good, solid football, and he's playing second best rookie quarterback play right now. But I just think it's behind Jaden. But I know you're gonna
Yeah, I'm
roll
gonna
with
go.
Bo.
Oh yeah, I'm going Bo. Rookie leader in passing touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, total touchdowns. This is among rookie quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, all that. So I'm going Bo Nix, man. Give me him. I don't know, man. They're not gonna give it to him though. I know they're not. Like unless we win like 10, 11 games and be a playoff team, I don't think Bo's gonna have a shot. Even though I think the only thing Jaden I think is beating him is like yards and less interceptions. But I mean, Bo's played way tougher competition than Jaden. But I mean, it is what it is.
Who have been the winners of it? CJ won it last year. Garrett Wilson won it the year before. Jamar 2021. Herbert, Kyler. I guess we could do more research on that to see what the team success was, because this is really the first.
I mean, Jamar then went to the Super Bowl. CJ made the playoffs. Who was before? Wait, who was
Garrett
Herbert?
Wilson.
Yeah, he just had a good year, but that was a bad rookie class. I think. I don't think there was. Yeah, that was the.
Yeah,
Wasn't that the Kenny Pickett draft?
Whoa, disrespect. Don't talk about Kenny disrespectfully like that.
Oh my god.
That man said
man.
bad draft class. It was Garrett Wilson, Kenneth Walker, and Brock.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can agree by Bo, man. I mean, I think it's gonna come down to definitely Bo or Jaden. I would go Bo just because, not even just biasly. Like I feel like you can watch the film, bro. I mean, Jaden's been spectacular. They both been really, really great though. Like, I mean, I wouldn't be mad if either one of them got it. But yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of wonder also if it's like myself. I'm just looking at how bad the Commanders were expected to be, and he just kind of came in and completely turned the franchise around.
Wait, what about us? Bro, people had us winning no games. People had us not winning more than 2 games.
Who are those people?
Bro, everybody. There was not one person that said the Broncos. Bro, people were screaming bet the under on Denver's wins.
And
At
all
5.5.
and all those people are dumb. All those people are dumb.
I'm just saying that's what was said. That I was told we reached on Bo Nix at 12. We should have traded back. All of this, all of that, and we're sitting at 5-5. Should be fucking 6-4, but we're sitting at 5-5. That's all I know.
Hold up. You said what about Bo? That he got more touchdowns and all that?
Total touchdowns.
By how many? Because compared to Jaden. Because it said he got 10 touchdowns.
He has 10 passing, 4 rushing, and 1 receiving.
Okay, well, Jaden has 9 passing, 4 rushing. So he has 1 less touchdown than this man, and he has how many interceptions?
No, 2. That's 2.
No, he got 4 touchdowns on the ground, and he got 9 passing.
Bo has a receiving touchdown.
Get the fuck out of here.
He does.
Get the fuck out of here. You know, I might have to give it to him just for that, for real. I might have to give it to him. Yeah, I mean.
My complete missing Bo. Bo's at 290.
Get the fuck out of here. This man has 460 rushing yards. 4 touchdowns.
Man, Bo has more touchdowns, bro. That's all I know.
He has 2 more touchdowns and how many more turnovers?
Jaden's got 2 picks. How many fumbles he got?
He has 3. 3 fumbles.
Okay, so that pretty much evens out.
How many does Bo have on the ground? How many fumbles do you have? I should.
Bo don't have a fumble.
Sheesh.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels fumbled 3 times this season. That all came in the first game.
Man, trash.
Bo Nix ain't fumbled this season.
Hold on. You said Jaden's all came in the first game?
Yeah, Bo Nix hasn't fumbled this year. So like I said, okay, so the turnovers are 5-6. There we go.
Just
Posting
like
with
the
me today.
touchdowns are
Yeah.
10-9.
No, it's 11-9.
Nah. It's 10-9. I'm not
Wait, no,
including
it's
it.
not. No. No, it's not even 10.
Yeah, you're right. He has 10 touchdowns, passing
It's
touchdowns.
no, it's
14 to
14 to
13.
13.
Yes.
But you have to include that receiving touchdown.
I'm
That's
not
so
including.
yeah, it's
I'm
15
not including
13.
that.
What do you mean? He caught a
I'm not
touchdown.
including a little.
You mossed him.
Get the fuck. I do have to give it to him. That was a nice catch though. I do have to give it to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Granted,
man.
for the only score of the game,
Yeah,
but
nah,
whatever.
man,
I don't know. I just maybe it's the media.
it's total touchdowns though. Like you gotta include that in total touchdowns.
What about wins though? What about team wins? When does that like what impact does that have? How many team wins do they got? They got 5.
Bro, but by the end of the season, they might finish with the same amount. Okay, so say what if the Broncos finish 9-8 and Washington is 10-7?
I don't know.
Okay then. Anyway,
because it would depend on the rest of the stats and the rest of like how they do. It's not really, I guess, also just about all that. But I don't know. I'm not saying it's not close. I think it's very close between them two. But
I think we can both agree both franchises are in good hands.
yeah, I mean they're not like us, but like we got Russell Wilson, Mr. Unlimited.
All right, bro. See, on that note, we gonna end it, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you guys. We're gonna probably do an episode tomorrow or Tuesday. Talk about the Monday night game tomorrow. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. Until next one. Peace.